For
Yeah,
sure.
how much got a big old butt. You see that thing? She was twerking when she was walking away. She was working, she was twerking.
She got the runway walk.
Yep, she does.
Let me see your runway walk. Pretty ass women make the runway talk. Come on.
Oh my god. What song is that? Did you just make that
You
up?
never heard it?
No.
Hello. What's your name?
Ava.
Ava.
This is what things actually look like under the microscope. Firstly, we have ants. We're really not scared of them, we just hate to see them in our house. But once you see what they look like under a microscope, you might think different. Yeah, this is what an ant actually looks like under a microscope. This is absolutely terrifying. Next, never in my life would I think grass would ever look so happy. The smiley faces on them are called vascular bundles, and they help transport water and minerals. Now, we all know what this is, a worm. They don't look like they could harm a human at all, right? Well, you're going to change your mind right now after seeing what they look like under a microscope. I never want to see a worm again. Under a microscope, this is what salt and pepper looks like, but why did I think the salt was marshmallows? A lot of people think these are gross, maggots. I mean, they just kind of give you the chills just looking at them. But now, I see what they look like under a microscope, and I'm kind of speechless. Did they have teeth? This is what things actually...
Rocket Lab's partnered with Synspective.
2021 just got even crazy. Once in a lifetime moments caught on camera. You were today years old when you found this out. Have you ever wondered of what donut shops do, like Dunkin', at the end of the day with their leftover donuts? Well, all those perfect donuts at the end of the day that haven't been eaten just get thrown away. If I worked at a donut shop, I would take all them home with me. Now, just a daily reminder for you guys, turtles are not inside their shells, they are their shells. If you have an iPhone and you text another person pew pew, it will literally shoot them lasers. This is too cute. Did you know the primary spot for mice to sleep and rest is inside a flower? They eat the pollen inside, and they also feel very comfortable. I was definitely today years old when I found this out. This hole is actually meant for your straw to go through so you can make a table out of your cup. I can't be the only one who didn't know this. This is actually where the Gatorade cap goes. This makes everything so much simpler. I just figured out this today. The reason why they use the word bed is because it actually looks like a bed. You were today years old when you found this out. 3 places on Earth if you go to, you will die. Firstly, Snake Island. If you go here, you will die. This island's whole population is pretty much the most dangerous snakes in the world. If you get bit by one of these snakes, you will most likely die in 1 hour. And these snakes don't like visitors either because they are quick to attack. The only time someone is allowed to go here is once a year to do maintenance on the lighthouse. Now, North Sentinel Island. This island is out in the middle of nowhere, and the only way you can access it is through boat. The people on this island is known as the North Sentinelese. The Indian government said it is illegal for anyone to go 5 miles within this island. The people here do not want to make contact with the outside world. But if you do get anywhere close to this island, they will shoot you with bow and arrows and beat you to death, consuming your body. And finally, we have Ramery Island. The main residents on this island are flesh-eating crocodiles. In World War II, 1,000 Japanese soldiers fled to this island, but they were
Rambo knows when I'm having a...
Here are some unexplainable mysteries found in the sky. Number 1, the Black Knight satellite. In 1960, in Earth's orbit, photos were taken of this satellite. But after photos were taken of this satellite, it totally just disappeared in thin air. It even disappeared off all radars, and nobody has found it till this day. Number 2, the sky spiral. This mysterious light popped up one morning in Norway. It started off as an ordinary beam of light in the sky, then it transitioned into a perfect spiral. But then it seemed like it got swallowed by a black hole. Number 3, skyquakes were heard around the world. This same crazy mysterious sound was heard all around the world from the sky. Yeah, and that sound was heard around the world at the same time. Pretty freaky. Here are some toys that should have just never been made. This is a toy that came out in the late 1980s, the Snack Time Cabbage Patch Doll. I mean, it kind of looks horrifying. It was marketed as a doll that really eats. But the only problem was the manufacturers never had a mechanism to stop when the doll eats. So this doll literally started to chew off girls' hair. And if you accidentally put your finger in there, you're gonna be in quite some pain. These dolls all had to be returned. Now, I don't know who thought this was a good idea to give these to kids, the Atomic Energy Lab. Well, you might say, what's the problem with this? Well, it came with 4 types of uranium ore. I think this is a little more dangerous. If you see this, you are being watched. Number 1, if you see this, call the police. You are being watched. These are 2 type of coat hangers found in bathrooms and changing rooms. If you see one with 1 hook, it's totally normal, but if you see one with 2, beware. These 2 hook coat hangers record sound and footage at all times. They are actually extremely easy to get. They were meant for homeowners, but that's not the case. Number 2, if you see this, do not touch it. You are being watched. Like any human would do, you go to the parking lot, find your car, unlock it, and start the ignition. But then you see money on your windshield, so you get out of the car and go get it. But right when you did that, you just lost your car, documentaries, and wallet. A criminal placed that money there and was watching you the whole time. But right when you got out of the car to examine the money on your windshield, you probably left your car unlocked and your ignition was still on. This is when a criminal would take action. They would jump in your car and drive off with all your belongings. This is actually a common trick among criminals. This is what it looks like to be inside of. We all know the game that's been taking over the internet, Among Us, right? Well, this is how it would feel if you were put inside of the game. Well, that was pretty interesting, but this is how it would look if you were sucked inside of a black hole. Yeah, and that's probably why I'm scared of space. But this is how it would look if you were swimming at the bottom of the ocean. This is probably the most famous painting ever, the Starry Night, but what if I told you you could be inside of this painting? Here are some things that you were never meant to see. Okay, firstly, this is how it actually looks when 2 oceans meet. And this is how your skin would scar if you were struck by lightning. When Australia was burning rapidly with its wildfires, this is actually how it looked outside with no filter. Okay, but I bet you've never seen this. This is how a raccoon actually looks without having any hair. This is how an octopus walks on land, and honestly, it's kinda terrifying. Does everybody remember the Teletubbies? Well, this is what they actually look like without having their heads on. And this is what a 2-toned cat looks like, and it's honestly pretty cool. Well, have you ever wondered how they make pancakes look so good in commercials? Well, they use cardboard to add the height, and they use motor oil as the syrup to make it look delicious. When a large amount of fish swim fastly around each other, they create a circling current in the water. And this creates a fish tornado underwater. Here are some movie secrets that you didn't know. In The Wolf of Wall Street, Jonah Hill accidentally swallowed a live goldfish. He said he was only supposed to keep it in his mouth 3 seconds and then spit the live goldfish back out. However, the goldfish got so scared it relieved itself in his mouth and swam down his throat. Did you know this iconic scene in the Titanic was actually filmed in a dollhouse? Well, kind of. They actually recreated the entire hallway into a miniature format. And it does kind of look like a dollhouse. And the water was actually just dropped into this miniature hallway. In the movie Candyman, Tony Todd lets 100 real bees crawl and fly inside of his mouth. But those bee stings actually made him rich. He was paid $1,000 for every bee sting and he got stung 23 times. So the real question is, would you do this? You might hate or love this movie, but here's the whole bee movie in 5 seconds. Well, you might actually be able to understand that if you just save this video and put that part in slow-mo. Movie secret? Lies parents told you as a kid. Number 1, that if you swallow gum, it will stay in your stomach for 7 years. Yeah, this is false. You would actually just poop it out in a couple days. Number 2, that coffee will stunt your growth. This is false. All it would do is make a hyper kid have even more energy. Number 3, that if you eat your carrots, you will get night vision or better eyesight. Unfortunately, this is false. All it will do is make your eyes more healthy. But if you do eat enough carrots, your skin could turn orange. Number 4, if you keep growing cross-eyed, you'll stay like that forever. Well, this is just simply incorrect. Nothing will happen. Number 5, that cracking your knuckles will give you arthritis. This is incorrect. A knuckle cracking is actually just nitrogen going into a joint. Number 6, that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Yeah, this chocolate milk came from the same cow your white milk came from. Number 7, that sitting too close to the TV will give you eye pain. Scientists actually studied this and that's not true at all. Nothing will happen to your eyes.